everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Sypher back getting on with another amazing video today on the channel, guys. As you guys can tell by today's video, by the thumbnail, by the title, we're talking today everything negative about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 that I didn't like or I slightly think that can be improved on. Honestly, there's not that many major dislikes as I have with the game as compared to all of these other YouTubers and streamers out there, including Blame Truth. I think a little bit of 8 Thoughts, all these TikTok and Twitch streamers that have all these big negative things about the game. Honestly, me myself, I feel like in the minority this year of how I actually really do enjoy this game. But now today is the little bit of the gripe video, guys. I'm pretty sure you guys like the gripe videos a little bit more. This is being released a day before Season 1, so I hope Season 1 fixes a lot of these issues in the game that majority of the community has been having, and I think overall, these are the main big issues that everyone is having overall with this game in terms of just everything that everyone has been saying. Well, mostly. So here we go, guys. This is the video. But before we get into the video, guys, please click the top link in the description down below to go try out my new flavor, Sypher 2's Punch. It's like a gaming G Fuel flavor for you guys. It definitely works. I love it. I'll talk a lot about it more in an upcoming video. It'll be a whole video just dedicated to that, so be on the lookout for that, guys. And yeah, so let's continue on with this video. Back to your regular scheduled programming here. All right, guys. So my main gripe that I have with Modern Warfare 2, to be honest with me, is the goddamn fucking game is laggy as shit in lobby and matchmaking. That's the one thing that's been pissing me off to no end. Sometimes it even halts my camo grind because I can't even check what's the next camo challenge I gotta unlock for my gun, and I don't know because you can't even see the camo challenges in the multiplayer. You can only change the attachments, so I can't see what I need to do. So I play 1 or 2 games without knowing what I'm supposed to do with my challenge because it's just so freaking laggy in the matchmaking system. I don't understand. Infinity Ward, what the fuck happened with the matchmaking system? It's so easy. You just put a little animation in the lobby and a countdown fucking system. And hell, maybe you want to go full balls to the walls, add a simple map loading sequence that takes 15 seconds. Like Treyarch did with fucking Cold War. What the hell is going on down there? Did you guys fire that fucking guy last year? The fuck, Infinity Ward? It's fucking trash having to wait in these lobbies for up to a minute without knowing if it's loading, if the game crashed or anything, because it just completely freezes, especially a lot on the older consoles. It does a little bit on the newer consoles. I have noticed gameplay of it, and it does on PC as well. So really, what the fuck happened this year, guys? Did you guys just completely decided to say fuck it and just develop that last, or what the fuck going on, Infinity Ward? It's honestly trash, and kind of I think prevents a lot of people from doing these camo grinds, because like I said, it's halted me a couple times, if not more than a couple times, maybe even a few 30-50 times by now at this point, honestly. Another thing that I have to gripe about overall is just the UI fucking sucks. It is trash. Why can't a guy can take a picture of this game, go on to fucking Photoshop and develop a better fucking UI than you guys can in 3 years? What the fuck is going on, Infinity Ward? Did you guys fire the fucking UI designer? Did you guys just say, we don't fucking like you, get the fuck out of here, and just went okay, we're just gonna add a couple little click-ons and that's it, and call it a fucking day? Because it's honestly what it feels like. This was just kind of slapped together, nonchalantly, and he didn't give a shit about the fucking UI, because it's definitely very well obvious in terms of the menu and the customizations. Now, I do agree that has improved on a little bit from the alpha/beta, because at least now in the create a class system, you can see what gun you need to use to unlock this gun. In the screen, you can see you need to use the Krasnov 762 to unlock the Krasnov 54, right? That definitely does display there. But if you go to the AK-74U, it just says you need to use the Krasnov 54, and then you got to go to that gun to know what you got to unlock that gun. So I Do think there should be a little tiny weapon tree added to see which guns you need to use and which order to unlock them, instead of having to click on the gun and then go into that guns create a class system, which is all the way to the tab to the right to see the weapon tree to see which guns will unlock when you use this. It's too confusing. They need to add a simple little UI change to that, I think, as well. I did improve on it a little bit from the alpha and the beta, so I guess you did guys take that into some minor consideration, but still, the UI is fucking terrible. It doesn't even look good at all. It looks like fucking trash. It looks like fucking dog water. So take your guys' butts back and develop a new UI. I'm pretty sure you guys are releasing a whole new UI with Season 1, if not the Season 1 Reloaded. So please help us, for God's sakes, with a new UI and just the lag that despises the matchmaking lobbies. Those are my two major complaints. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Those are my two major ones in terms of the overall game. And now we're gonna get into the major ones that I think is just the worst epitome of a system ever designed for this is the perk system. I knew what they're trying to go with for the perk system. They're trying to, make it to seem like, there was a little bit more deeper meaning and choice with the perk system. But yet again, that is not there at all, because to be honest, when I want to use Ghost, I want to use Ghost throughout the whole match. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be the Ghost that Infinity Ward keeps, monetizing for this SETA gameplay, which is it doesn't, it still blinds you even if you're not moving. Honestly, there's a lot less camping in this game, thank God. At least in the lobbies that I have played in, there's not as many campers and annoying assholes. But still, I think it should have been done. Here's what I would have done, is that you get to pick, let's say you pick, your two standard bullshit, double time, and EOD, right? Or whatever. And then you go and you pick Hardline and Ghost. All right, so, Hardline and Ghost, you get it from the start of the match, but as it still has that little timer to unlock the pro versions, and only these two sections can get a pro version of a perk. Bringing back the perk system from Modern Warfare 2 and pretty much Call of Duty in general from the early 2000s period, or early 2000s. Bring back that perk system where, hey, you get to unlock with Hardline. Once you get it to pro, you get the ability to get an assist, and two assists, and it'll count as a kill. That'll be awesome. And for Ghost, maybe it only works if you're moving, but once you get it to pro, it works even if you're not moving. So it gives an incentive for these people who want to camp like a little bitch to at least do something and get a couple good kill streaks going before they unlock their Ghost Pro and camp away in a fucking corner. Honestly, I feel like that would initiate a lot more movement, a lot more replayability with perks, and also I'm pretty sure each perk can have their own pros, the pro versions, which can add even more. Maybe one can make it to where quick scoping is faster, or one is gives you more ammo, or one gives you whatever, right? Like all these little bonus items so that you can feel selfish about getting those rewards later in the game instead of feeling excited to finally get Ghost, which is stupid in my opinion. I don't like the perk system. They either need to do that if they want to keep this perk system, or just go back to where you pick 3 perks and you get those for the whole game. One of those is fine. I also don't like the campaign is great. It's definitely improvement from 2019, but I don't know. I feel like they could have added a lot more characters back. Like they could have added Griggs back. They could have added maybe a couple more different characters from the campaign, because he was in the original one as well. They could have maybe done a deeper dive with Sakayev and not just left it to Warzone, because if you didn't really pay attention to Warzone, you wouldn't really know what happened unless you really played Warzone and watched all the cutscenes and did all the Easter eggs. So I do think they need to change that, maybe done a little recap. I think they did do a little recap, but it wasn't much. It was like a quick 3-minute cutscene that also involved the new upcoming Modern Warfare 2, so it kind of mixed the two together, and it was kind of hard to keep focus on. But honestly, that's about it. I also think that they could have added a little bit more variety in terms of maybe the characters, because it really does feel like you only play as 2 characters throughout the whole campaign. And that's not a bad thing. They've had that in Call of Duties in the past, but you know, they had like their own reasoning of why you were playing as that character. You know, in this game, you know, Infinity Ward, like I said, you know, the reason why it felt like that originally and it played good was because, you know, you felt like you could actually have your own personal story. But now here that you put into a character that already has its own, you know, story and theme, and, you know, and is relearning into this new world, it kind of does devolve a little bit. But it's not a big deal. Like I said, those are my two major complaints, was just the UI and the goddamn match loading sequences are fucking trash. Like, it really pisses me off just even thinking about it to no end. And so far, that's the only real good gripes that I have, besides, you know, maybe the couple of the, I think they should have brought 2 new maps for season 1 to make it even more fun. I'm happy they're bringing some operators from the campaign into the multiplayer, even though I think they should have been in there since release. But, you know, hey, it's not my decision, right? You know, I'm not the big head honcho over there at Infinity Ward, so that is what it is. But, you know, hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. These were the major complaints I have with this game. Like I said, there's not many. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think the weapon balancing is that bad, and I don't believe, you know, that using the Lockman 7.62 is the worst gun in the game and that I shouldn't have to use it to unlock the MP5. I believe it's honestly one of the greatest guns in the game once you learn how to use it and put on the right attachments for it. That gun can demolish whole teams. I've done it in the beta, I've done it in the alpha, and I've even done it in the actual multiplayer release multiplayer. And I have been killing it with that gun lately, because that's the one I'm using right now to get gold, so I can unlock the Lockman 5.56, so I could continue unlocking gold for the ARs. So, like I said, I do like the new weaponry, and I think it works perfectly. You know, it actually definitely forces you to play different roles in different play styles and not just focus one way all the time. So I do like that. It definitely adds some more replayability to the game. Another minor gripe that I have is that, you know, challenges, you know, battle record, you know, the barracks, you know, system, the combat record, and all this stuff isn't in the game at release, and it's only coming later in season 1. I do think that was a bad flaw as well, because honestly, there's only camos and ranks to unlock right now. You know, there's no like cool calling cards I can use or unlock by doing challenges, you know, which I do like unlocking calling cards. I'm not gonna lie, I like those cool little unique challenges. But really, that is all of my major complaints, you know, major and minor complaints here. And like I said, please click the like button down below, click the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and click that bell notification icon as well to stay notified whenever I upload a new video or I go live. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace out.